Bananas and baseball dreamers. My name is Ethan Bryan. I'm a storyteller in Springfield, Missouri, and I wish more than anything I could be down there with you chasing down fly balls and having a blast, but unfortunately life sometimes throws curveballs. Like when I was 16 and I quit chasing my dream. Up until that point, I'd had one massive dream, one dream that I'd been chasing for all of my life. It was to play baseball for the Kansas City Royals. My drawing of my dream job was displayed at the local art museum when I was in second grade. And apparently, in 1982, I wanted to grow up and be Whit Merrifield. So the story goes like this. When I was 4 years old, my parents took me to my very first baseball game. The game was a 16-inning adventure in which the Baltimore Orioles played the Kansas City Royals in KC, and KC won on a walk-off home run by some guy named George Brett. That same George Brett guy also hit for the cycle in that game. Not a bad first game to go to. When I was 6 years old, not too long after attending my first game, my hair started falling out. It's called alopecia, and it's a condition that develops when the immune system attacks the hair follicles. And basically what it means is that during the summer I get funny hat tan lines, and during the winter I always have a beanie nearby. Now, when I was 6 years old, I asked my dad, Can I still play baseball if I don't have any hair? That's what really mattered to me. Would the Royals even want a bald guy on their team? Someone that doesn't look like everyone else. And when he reassured me that I could still be bald and play baseball, I was content. I knew that I would be okay. Now that doesn't mean that life was easy by any stretch of the imagination. I was teased and I was bullied. There were people who pointed and people who stared and people who loudly whispered comments about the bald kid as if I couldn't see them pointing and staring and hear the things that they were saying, as if bald made me invisible, which actually sounds like a pretty cool trade-off. But I was a sensitive kid, and those comments really hurt. I felt them deeply, like a vice that was squeezing away all of my joy. So when I was 16, in the bottom inning of the 1991 American Legion championship game, I was put in as a pinch hitter, and when it was my time to hit, I stepped up to the plate and I squared up the ball and hit it just as far as any 110-pound kid could ever hit a ball, and the center fielder made a great play for the out. It wouldn't have made any difference anyway because my team was getting creamed, but after that game, I quit playing baseball. I was the smallest player on the team by far. I couldn't throw as hard as my teammates. I couldn't run as fast as my teammates. And I didn't know that making dreams come true is all about having the tenacious courage not to quit when things get really hard. And so when that game was finished, I hung up my spikes and I figured that my baseball career was over. I was wrong. My story just took a little detour. So let's fast forward 29 years, which is probably older than a majority of you. My youngest daughter, Sophie, is an artist, and her ability to see something and recreate it with watercolors or pencil sketches or acrylics truly astonishes me. My art skills peaked with that drawing when I was in second grade. And for Christmas of 2017, Sophie gave me a simple gift, a baseball, and on this baseball were written the words, "Dad, wanna play catch?" And I was really honored by the Field of Dreams reference. And so on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2018, I was a little stir crazy and kind of battling those post-holiday blues, and I asked Sophie if she wanted to play catch. And she completely caught me by surprise when she agreed. And so the wind chill on that January 1st was 1 degree, and we put on a whole bunch of layers of clothes, and we went out to a nearby park, and I tried to put on my favorite glove over the leather gloves that I was wearing, and it wasn't gonna happen. So 30 throws later, my eyes were watering, and my teeth were chattering, and my fingers were stinging, but Sophie and I were both all smiles. So we took a selfie on her phone to document the adventure and then run back to the van and turn the heat on high to get the blood flowing into our extremities. Well, after lunch that same day, my oldest daughter, Kaylee, called out to me and said, "Dad, yeah, I'd like to play catch with you." And she's a long-haired, curly violinist who loves a good pun. And we stepped out into the backyard and avoided the trampoline and the dog that was going crazy, threw the ball 25 times and stepped inside and tried to get a selfie. of our fogged over glasses. And that night at the dinner table, my family's sitting around talking about New Year's resolutions and stuff, and my daughters asked me, "Dad, what would happen if you played catch every day for an entire year?" And I laughed. I knew exactly what would happen. I replied, "I would need surgery." And then I took them up on their challenge. And for the entire year of 2018, I played catch every single day. My family traveled more than 12,000 miles through 10 states in a beat-up minivan so I could make new friends who were catch partners. More than 500 different catch partner friends. Friends like Mary Moore of the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. Friends like Bob Kendrick of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Friends like Bill Verdon, who is part of the 1960 World Series championship team of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Friends like Jim the Rookie Morris, who inspired the Disney movie. Every day of 2018 was a new catch playing adventure. And over the course of that year, my dreams, those growing up dreams were reignited. Well, in 2018, I played catch with 15 different people from a local baseball league called the Grip and Rip League. The Grip and Rip League is a highly competitive wood bat league that gives those who still have baseball dreams a second chance to play. And so in 2019, I decided to try out for the league. Mark Blim stands 6'3" tall, and he is full of muscles. He had no idea who I was, but he agreed to help me get ready for a tryout day. For 4 months, he drove 30 miles one way just to get me prepared. And now, two people baseball practices are completely exhausting with long toss and ground balls and chasing fly balls and hitting practice. And by the end of our time together, I could just wring out my shirts. I was completely drenched in sweat. One of Jackie Robinson's famous quotes served as an inspiration during those 4 months as I prepared for these tryouts. Life is not a spectator sport. If you're going to spend your whole life in the grandstand just watching what goes on, in my opinion, you're wasting your life. So really long story short, I made the cut at the age of 45, wearing number 10, fourth oldest guy in the league. Got a couple of hits and had an RBI, and amazingly enough, Mark's team won the league championship. Skip forward a few months to spring of 2020. In May, Mark and I again started training, and this time with a group of friends, and baseball practices with more people are a lot more fun. And this time, Mark and I were drafted on the same team, the Ozark Mountain Ducks, who have their own incredible baseball history. And in extra innings, on a cold October night, Mark's hit won the championship game.
Mark! Let's get it right here! Come on, Mark!
Come on, Mark!
Come on, Mark! Come on, Flynn! Big stick right here,
perfect
kid!
line drive coming. Come on, Mark, on kid! On kid, big spot right here!
You got it, buddy.
Yeah!
Yes, sir! Yes! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Walk it up! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's win, baby! Let's win! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Woo! Woo! Do something! Yes, baby! That's what I'm talking about! Do something you never forget!
For the first time in my life, I was on a championship team. In the middle of that 2020 Grip and Rip season, my book about the catch playing year published. A few weeks after that, I was chosen as a finalist for the Casey Award, the best baseball book of the year. Bob Costas even called me and wrote me a letter telling me how much he enjoyed reading it. I'm old enough now that every now and then I actually forget how old I am, which is kind of embarrassing to say. But that said, for the rest of my life, I'm going to chase that childhood dream of playing ball for the Kansas City Royals. Now, I know that dream will never come true. I cannot imagine a scenario in which the Royals would draft an old guy with very, very minimal baseball skills. But that doesn't matter. The purpose of the dream is to help me live a good story. Good stories happen whenever we get out of the grandstands and dare to truly live our lives. So whatever dreams you are chasing, whatever story you are living, the most important thing is this: how you treat everyone you meet. Do you point and stare and make them feel invisible? Or do you find a way so that everyone can play? Chasing baseball dreams is not always about being the best on the field in between the white lines. Chasing baseball dreams is about having the courage to turn a stranger into a friend. Best of luck, my Bananas friends, and hopefully we will get the chance to play catch soon.